Welcome to episode 4, Grown and Opinionated.
Hi, my name is Iesha.
And I'm Papoosina, because I'm back on my bullshit. Yo,
it took you all week to come up with Papoosina, and that's all you came up with?
Papoosina. Papusa?
Yeah, Papusa.
No, Papoosina is better.
But Papusa?
No, I don't like that.
I like Papoosina. That's too much.
Why?
Papoosina. What is the Ina?
Because I'm a girl. What the fuck I mean? Papoose? How you know, man?
How you know Papoose is a man name?
Oh, because I watch Love and Hip Hop.
He's the only Papoose, so that don't make it just because it's him. Like, it could be like Tony.
No, I'm Papoosina.
It's a nickname.
I'm Papoosina. What is his name? It's something, because their last name Mackie.
But I don't know his real name.
I don't know. They could hit the Googles later. But I'm Papoosina because I'm back on my bullshit.
All off beat.
Oh my God, yes. Okay, so I was listening to this song when I came, because you remember in the beginning of the week, that's all I was talking about was the back on the bullshit. Then towards the end, I forgot about it and forgot about the song. So I listened to it on the way here. And my same issues of why I never really loved Papoose as a rapper are the same things because of the rap style, like that flow. So come on, I'm back on my bullshit. I'm like, oh shit, like that New York beat. I'm all here for it. And then he starts that rapping and it gets off beat and it's like, yeah. But like, I'm sure he's saying something good in there.
Yeah, like he just don't have it. He don't have that delivery and flow. Like he could be a dope ghostwriter.
Yes.
Dope ghostwriter if he's not already. Who knows?
Probably so, because I would hire him.
Yeah, he could be a dope ghostwriter. But for him to do it, the delivery, I think maybe he needs somebody to tell him on how to switch his flow, maybe.
No, he switches the flow, but it's like at a point it goes off beat. And that's the thing he had with those ABC raps and the other raps he did, is that he's not in...
He don't breathe.
That flow. Yeah, it's not there. It's just, I was like, oh man, it's just something not there. And maybe the producer could have caught it and like, no, Pat, go back. I don't know, but I'm here for the bullshit. Back on the bullshit.
No, I like the song.
When I saw it, I was on Instagram. I'm like, oh man, this shit is like so NY. Like this give you that feel.
And he finished his album because that was his thing on Love and Hip Hop towards the end, right? Like he was working on his album or mixtape or whatever you want to say.
Well, he has a following, and I'm sure because he's been eating all of these years off of rapping.
Ghostwriting.
Mr. Mackie, well, I guess since we on Papoose, we might as well naturally go to his wife, Remy. And when last week we were touching on them being on the Breakfast Club, but on that one, before I forget, I had a great idea this week. We're going to do one episode with rap, and we're going to discuss it and everything. And I think we're going to have that episode. I don't know, maybe we'll bring Craig in on it or... Because last week we were getting all into it, and I was like, "Oh, we should just have or dedicate a portion of one episode though. We ain't gonna do the shit every week.
Our version of Love and Hip Hop,
yes,
but not Mona Scott Young version. So I'm not gonna beat you in the head with a bat or nothing.
Oh my God! So yeah, maybe we gotta work that out though. We gotta plan that one because I want everybody to be able to discuss what they want to discuss with the rap music.
Yeah, because with the hip hop, did you see what you call it? We're gonna get back to it, but I missed it though. Swiss Beats and Just Blaze went live. Yes, did you catch it?
No,
I missed it too. Maybe
and I knew about it
on YouTube. Yeah, I knew about it. Yeah, I saw when they was they said they're gonna set it up, and then he said, okay, we're gonna do it live on Instagram or whatever. Now people just from Master Flex put a post up. Angie Martinez yo, this was the best thing in hip hop. Cassidy was like, I'm glad I witnessed it. Even Alicia Keys, she was in it. She was in it. Oh, she was like, I've been with this guy for so long. I still don't know how many songs he produced. It was like his category is sick. Catalog. Yeah, catalog.
Oh
his
my
catalog
God,
is sick.
So yeah, because I saw that they were going to do
Hopefully
it.
put it on
We can
YouTube.
watch it. Of course, it's on YouTube. You know somebody was recording, but I saw somebody else that posted it up on Instagram. It was like, if you're not watching it or whatever, that you can watch. But I had my babies, and I can't appreciate. Yo, you are the worst. First of all, I got like 15 kids running around my house at any given time. Dogs, turtles, pigeons.
Turtles don't do nothing but sit there to take. It's steak.
No, they make a lot of noise.
They don't do nothing. I don't know why you got a turtle.
They swim. I let them out.
My friend, her niece want one, and she was so upset. She was like, she want a turtle for it. No, she ain't get no turtle. That's stupid.
No,
I
love my turtles.
so bad at her because she want a turtle.
I love my turtles. I love it. But you be sitting there. You could watch the videos. You could listen. No distractions. Your kid is like 25.
Don't be blowing it up. Don't do that. I know, but I just sit there. It's relaxing to me to have something playing. I caught up on my blacklist while I'm sitting there. And
you should listen to the Life of a TV Addict podcast.
I do.
Airing every Monday or Tuesday, depending on how we get this shit together.
I do listen to Life of a TV Addict.
So then you'll love that. But what the hell were we talking about?
Back to Remy. Back to Remy.
This is the ADD episode. Okay. So one thing with Remy, in the interview on the Breakfast Club, she had made the statement that about her issue with getting, she doesn't have an issue getting pregnant. It's carrying a baby because of the alternative facts, ectopic. Maybe that's what it's called. Ectopic, okay.
Pregnancy. Because she said she had one when she was a teenager.
And that's what, so it's just something with her.
She knew
that she would have it.
Yeah, that she would. Well, it's a possibility.
Wait, hold on. How about on the reunion when Snoop, girlfriend.
When I say I cried off of Snoop, like real tears, that she had me cracking up. She's like, no, I won't be with her. Yo, I can't take her voice.
Oh my God. But when her girlfriend was crying when Remy was explaining what was going on, and she was like, I just want to get up there and hug you. And Remy gave her that look like, bitch, try it.
Who are you? Who are you again?
All right. When I saw that part, though, I was cracking up because Remy just kind of like, she having a serious talk. And then when she said that shit, she looked at her like, I wish you would run up on this stage.
And she's crying and she's talking, but even when she just regular talk, it sounds fake. Like
the girl.
The girl, yeah.
It did come across, and I didn't like that either.
Yeah, she just was like, I know what you going through. I've been through it. It happened to me. But she just coming off so, like, you still acting?
That's how I took it, too.
If it happened to you, it should sound real. It sounds fake. So I don't even believe it happened to you.
That's how I felt.
Show me doctor's papers.
I need receipts. Well, you know what? I didn't care to see her doctor paper, whatever. I didn't give a fuck. But I just felt like it just came across fake. And that she was crying that hard and this and that. And Remy kind of looking at her like, this bitch. But, all right. So back to that. So what she said was, and I thought it was really good, she said that she can get in vitro because she could carry a baby. It's just the fact that she has to make sure it doesn't go in the tubes or whatever.
Basically, she just needs the doctor to place it where it needs to be.
So she's saying,
sperm trying to get there.
Yes, because if it happens naturally, then she risks having the same thing. So she said she talked to the doctor and they were like, oh, it's like $15,000, $20,000. She's like, oh, all right, that's no big deal. And she was like, you know, and it may not work the first time, so you have to go. She was like, all right. She said, but then once I said that, like to me, I'm like, all right, this ain't a big deal. We'll get it done whenever. You know, it's not a big deal. She said, but then I thought about the average woman who has the same problem like me, and that could they really throw $15,000 at this? And I know she was saying it's not covered by health insurance. Well, because when we had our job,
but I thought it was.
So, and I was about to say that with our job, it was covered. But apparently there are some employee or some health insurance plans that don't cover it. And so then, I mean,
it's covered with our insurance. But for the people that don't, like, what do they do?
That's what I was going to say. Like, that's a big, I don't know, like that. To me, I didn't realize because I'm like, oh, well, it's covered by ours.
Like for me, I think. Well,
do you think it should be required that it be covered, like as far as like that was the whole issue with the Planned Parenthood and abortions and things like that, and they want like saying that should be certain things, that they can't discriminate.
I think it should be covered because people do have health issues, so their health issues are covered. So this is a health issue, so it should fall like under that category because you're covering any issues that they have for as health wise. So now that they can't get pregnant, why would you not cover that? Like, this person want a baby.
Well, I guess it would be reproductive because that's something different. Now, if you're saying, for example, like if it was a blockage or something like that, then they perform surgery and do this. But this is something totally different. You're creating your, what do you call that, where they mix them together and do all of that and then enter it into your body and stuff like that. Test tube, baby. So I guess that's the whole thing. But I was thinking, like, I mean, that should be up to the woman. Well, I guess, okay, so I think
you're saying you don't think the health insurance should cover it?
Oh, no. I believe they should. Oh, okay. But I was thinking more so, because I know that when I worked at the job, one of the requirements was that you had to try to get pregnant for so many months or year. I think it was like a year and a half. And then if you didn't on your own, then you could get it.
And then it still was only limited because I believe the person that had it, I think she had 3 or 4.
3 times. It's only 3 times you could do it. Yeah. And then after that, that was it. Yeah.
Which is more than enough. That's fair. I think that's fair.
3 times.
Yeah. Because at some point when you say, because it's putting a toll on your body as well.
Well, that's up to now. That's your decision to make if you want to do that. True. But I think so. I guess from the health insurance, if I was a company, my thing would be, what about these people who just like your girl, who we're not gonna mention her name this week because chicks lose Grammys every day, babe. But that say, you know what? I want to have twins. I want to have a boy and a girl. So F all of that natural thing. I know a way that this could guarantee I'm going to get what I want. And they bypass. I don't have any medical conditions, anything. I just want to do this. And so if I was a health insurance company, I would be thinking about that. So I guess that's why when we, at the job where I used to work, it used to be at least 18 months that you tried to get pregnant and you were unsuccessful.
But if you had the money, at that point, even though I don't like her, it's your decision. If you feel as though you don't want to go through laying with your husband, getting it in and doing it the old natural way, knowing nothing's wrong with you, and you just want to opt for, because I want twins right now, and there's no guarantee that if I lay down with my husband, I'm gonna get twins. Then you have that choice. It's your right.
So, but you're saying that it's only a right for people who could afford it. What about people who couldn't afford it?
No, I'm not saying. No, it's your right too. You just gotta get your money out.
So then you agree that the health.
No, it's your right too. You can do it too.
So basically, you're saying the same thing. Like I'm saying that there should be some guidelines in place that it can't be just what do they used to call that, like selective. You can't just choose it. That you need to have a medical reason why you need it in order for us to approve it. Or do you think they should be able to just choose it?
I think they should be able to choose it. Honestly, I mean, if that's what you want and that's how you want to go about getting pregnant, it's all right. You can do it. I don't think the medical or doctor should hold you back from that. If you could afford it, do it.
But if you can't afford it, that's what I'm saying. As the health insurance company,
if you can't afford it,
and you want the health insurance company,
then you should try the old natural way, because because guess what? That's just more money coming out of other people's pockets. They got to pay for that when you could have just laid down and just sucked it up.
Damn, why you describe sex that way?
Like, it's 5 minutes of pleasure and pop you up and have a baby.
Huh? What is going on in your household? Just suck it out, damn it. Just suck it off. I think, well, basically, like, I guess I would agree with you on that part of it also. Because, I mean, like, it's expensive. And maybe they should offer, like, you could pay a portion, we'll pay a portion. But just to say, hey, I want twins, so.
Not if you have health insurance. If you have health insurance, and you going through your health insurance to do this, no, then you need to try the old natural way.
But then I guess that would be just plain devil's advocate. That would kind of be like abortion because, so the health insurance could say, hey, unless it's medically necessary that you have this abortion, we're not paying for it. It's on you to get a...
No, it's different. It's different.
How much abortions cost now? Before they were $250?
Yeah, but then you looking at a long term. You looking at... When I look at people wanting to get abortions, I look at it as one, the main reason why you should be getting an abortion, because you're just not ready to be a parent. And why put that child through something that you're not ready for? He or she does not deserve that. So if you know mentally or financially or both, you're not ready to take care of this child and you're just going to pawn it off on somebody else, your butt down there and suck it up. Get that darn vacuum clean up with that cooch.
I love that you describe sex and abortion with the same terms. Just suck it up. Okay.
Yeah, suck it up, suck it out. Okay. So, no, that is totally different because I think the person that's going to suffer the most is the person that didn't ask to be here.
Yeah, so, but as the insurance, I think that you're going to be on as the insurance company that I'm saying, listen, we're going to pay. So do I go into that person's business and say, you know what? Hey, how much do you make this year? Where's the baby father? Do you know him? Was he a one-night stand? And then make you do this questionnaire and then decide whether or not I'll pay for your abortion.
No, not those type of questionnaires. It's just like, basically, it could be just one question. Why do you want this abortion? You can't just get me with, because I do. You need to be like, oh, I can't afford it. Or I got 10 kids already. 10 kids say no more. No further. Get up in here. Susie, I got the vacuum cleaner.
So wait, you going to be the abortion adjuster? Like the classic.
Yes.
Have a seat. All right, your deductible. Wait, you got 10 kids, no deductible. We gonna waive that.
You good. Now, while we're in there, we're gonna tie that burden, okay?
Oh my God.
You ain't having no more, because you ain't coming back down here either.
You can't do that. I can't. I just can't. Listen, whatever I was gonna talk about on this topic, it's just out the window. Because now we got abortion adjusters.
What's wrong with that? That's not a good idea, right? Abortion adjusters. Be like that. We could be like that commercial with them.
Fuck no. Let's be clear. That shit all on you, girl. I do not agree. The views and opinions expressed.
That commercial when they ride around the green and white van.
Do you got bad credit? Yes. Do you have 10 kids? Yes. Want to get an abortion? Yes. Yes.
That could be us.
No. No, it could not be us.
It'd be a pink and blue van. I could see it.
Oh, what the fuck's it?
2020. We riding around in our van.
Oh my God.
Stopping abortions in the neighborhood near you.
I want no parts of that. What was your name? Iesha this week. Those are her views and opinions only.
Come on, Papucina.
I am not participating.
You can see that.
Oh my God.
You're so stupid.
You know what? All right, we just off that shit. I just don't see that going any other way. Remember, if y'all want to make some comments or anything about anything that's said, make sure y'all contribute that to Iesha only. Leave me out of that one.
Papucina is going to be my claim adjuster. You're going to be hitting the field with me.
Oh my God. What's your baby's father's name? T-Dog. Oh, you get one. You're approved. Let's go down the block.
You need a ride? We got you. When they come out that little car, see, we have one of those little cars that come out the van, pick them up.
Oh, no. See, now that's a good idea for a good hustle. Because You know.
Now you want to be in. I knew you'd feel me.
We could be like abortion concierge service. So we'll go pick you up and take you, and then we'll drop you home.
Yeah, so we'll see that we'll be like strolling people's Instagram page talking about, oh, you know how they like to post that they 2 weeks pregnant. So we'll then go get them, and then we'll go ride them around like slums of Jersey City, the slums of North. This is how you're going to be living if you have this baby.
No, that's not
Yeah. Then we show them the different clinics, see? Then we take them to the clinic after we took them to the poverty. So they're going to want to get it. Like, take them down to the welfare office to show them fighting and all that. You keep this baby, this is where you're going to be.
We can stage some fights. We walk out. I wouldn't have busted that shit. Leave me out of that. Leave me out of that. That is horrible. Horrible. Okay. Yeah, that's just bad.
It's just all jokes, people. All jokes.
Oh
all
my
jokes.
God. I just
A little bit of
can't.
seriousness.
That was horrible. That was horrible. But while we're talking about that, did you watch Black Ink Crew?
No, I did not. I can't.
What you do?
I hate that they changed the time.
I know, in the day.
That's like throwing me off because it was not this week, but last week. I literally was watching TV and was waiting for Star to come on at 9:00, and I'm literally just turning the channel like, what the heck is on? I can't find nothing on until 9:00. No, and that was
Black
on.
Ink was on.
It just throws me off with that darn Wednesdays. They should just left it.
Well, on that, and I thought, that was something that we wanted to talk about. That on that episode, Skies, before, remember she told us that her high school sweetheart was her kid's father, and they weren't ready, so they put the kids up for adoption collectively. Come to find out, that shit was lie. That was just alternative facts that she made up. Basically, one of the kids has one father, and then the other son has another father. And that this father, she was 14 when she got pregnant, and he was 29.
Was the first time she was pregnant. Was 14.
I guess maybe it had to be the first father because she had both of them before she was 16, right?
I don't know. I didn't see the episode.
No, remember last year when she was talking about the kids? Alternative facts, she had both of them before she was 16. Fuck that. We ain't got time to be doing research around here. So he was 29. So she said he was the father of the baby. I think they had a paternity test or whatever, but he didn't want to claim the baby or do anything with the baby because he would have been charged with rape because she was 14 and he was 29. So she puts the baby up for adoption. And this episode, he comes back and he's like, I've been trying to hunt you down all of these years. I want to know what happened to my son. And he was like, and then I'll see you on TV or whatever.
What's the statute of limitation on rape?
Alternative facts?
I'm just trying to see. He timed it. Like, okay, the child is 16. Okay, I want to come back. Where's my son?
I know, but I really don't know. And they're in New York, so I guess, I don't know how long it is or whatever. But yeah, so then that got me thinking. So he wanted the son, and he wanted to find out where he was at, and blah blah blah. And she was running from him, saying he a bad person. He used to beat her up, and all of these other things.
But she was in a relationship with him.
To the extent that a 14-year-old could be in a relationship with a 29-year-old. I mean, do you have an opinion about that, Miss Iesha? I see your head swinging.
She shouldn't be in a relationship with no 29-year-old. Like, where was her parents? How was her home life at that time? Was she living with her mother? Like,
but would that change that? Would that change anything? Like, if she had a bad home, how could a 29-year-old man be in a relationship?
He's wrong. He's totally wrong because you're the adult there. Like, she's still a child. Like, so she's just seeing what you could provide for her, and she's probably not getting that at home. So she was like, oh, okay. Oh, you got money. You got money. Like, so you're being an adult. Why would you even entertain that? Why are you even looking at a 14-year-old in that way? Like, you're old enough to be her father.
Well, that's the issue that I had. And I had this discussion with somebody else. Because with the laws being the way that they are, I take some issue with the sex offender laws or whatever as they pertain to certain situations. Now, if you're a 28, 29-year-old man and you're in a club and it's midnight and there's this chick here drinking shots or doing whatever, how are you to know that she's on? And you ask her how old she is and she say, I'm 21.
Because guess what? She got ID that says 21 because that's how she got in the club.
So should you, if it's later determined that she's only 14, then you have a baby, should you be charged with rape? No. Now, I know in New Jersey it's a strict liability law so that they don't care about the circumstances. As long as that person is underage, that's it. They don't care what happened, where you met her at. So nobody cares.
Me as the 29-year-old, I'm supposed to go, oh, she's cute. She looks 18. She showed me ID that she's 18. Then I'm supposed to what? Go do a background check on this person? Yo, give me your fingers. I need a fingerprint. Let me do a background check to find out if you really 18.
That's what I said.
That's not fair.
I think it should be...
If you present yourself as older and you're in a setting that requires you to be older, who am I to say that you're not supposed to be here? Guess what? How about you go after that bouncer for taking his fake ID?
Yeah, but the bouncer ain't fuck her. So
true. But you let her in and make me assume that she's of age because she's in here. Well, you have to be a certain age. And this is where I met her.
But then you can't hold the bouncer responsible because then the bouncer didn't tell you to fuck her.
Okay, don't they hold the bars responsible when you drink and you
underage? Yeah, that's true.
They hold them responsible for that.
Underage. But the thing is, I think that in that situation, so basically, I guess me and you agree on that it should be a case by case thing.
Yeah,
it should not be, and especially the cases that I hate are the 18-year-olds messing with a 14-year-old,
and then you got to put that person on the sex offender.
I hate or 15 because let me tell you, I wasn't always saved. So when I was like 13 or 14, a boy would ask me how 16. That was my age automatically. Like I'm 16. So right then and there, I was
What they call it back then? You skeezer.
I don't know. I don't think that. Actually, what me and my friends called it, normal. You being a Virgin Mary and all, you probably...
Yeah, I didn't partake.
So when you were young and a boy... Really?
My age was my age.
I swear, when I was in grammar school, my boyfriends were in high school.
13.
Oh my God, you were so corny. We would not have been friends.
Because trust me, my best friend was very loosey-goosey.
Damn, you call me loosey-goosey? I'm not saying you.
Oh my God.
I done been a skeezer, a loose.
We were totally opposite, but we were best friends. But we were totally opposite.
Oh my God.
I can't say you.
Well, but yeah, I probably. You would have bored me to death. Like, did you smoke? Did you drink? Like, what were we gonna do?
Why were you smoking and drinking at 14? I mean, I wouldn't be your friend. How about that? I don't need a friend at 14 and 15 smoking and drinking. No.
Well, you drink Boone's Farm and things like that.
No, I probably did that. What was the other one? Cisco. That was in high school. That shit. That was in high school.
What, for prom?
Oh, I didn't even go to prom.
Oh, I'm about to say.
No, it was like, what was it? Probably going to like the club. It was like 17.
Girl, by then you could drink legally.
Not when we was look, like when I was 14. No, I didn't do nothing like that. 14. No, I was a tomboy. I'm still outside playing football in the street with the guys.
So you can play football drunk. But no, so I'm saying like that. I mean, I can see how these, but not in my defense. Yeah, in my defense, that sometimes it would be, and this was horrible. It would be grown men that would try to talk to me, and I'd be like, you too old. Like I'm only, and I would downplay my age. Like I'm 12, so we ain't even gonna have this discussion.
You know you 5'7", right? You 5'7", 5'8", you 12. Okay.
Because if you would say you were 16 or something, then they would, or even if you said you're 15, they may still entertain it. So I'm like, listen, I'm 12. Now, either you are a fucking pedophile or you not, because this way we going with it. But for my high school boyfriends, I was always 16. Then when I turned 16, I'm like, oh shit, now I'm 16.
I'm 18. I'm 18.
No, I stayed at 6. I like 16. Then when I got older, of course, you got to go with the age. But yeah, and I never had a boyfriend.
Okay.
So you had boyfriends your age?
No, I didn't have one.
Your age?
No, I didn't have a boyfriend.
At all?
No.
Fucking virgin. Wait, why I'm acting shocked when I knew this shit?
No.
Oh my God. Yeah, we couldn't. Because you know why we wouldn't have been friends like that? Because every time I always had these boyfriends, right? And they always had a friend. And they'd be like, hook me up with your friend. And then I would have had to bring you around. And you'd be like, no boys until I'm married. And then my friend, they would have been like, yo, what the fuck is up with your girl? And I would have been like, I don't know.
No, trust me. I had friends at my age, and we all was like I said, one of my friends was like total opposite of me. And it worked.
Oh my God.
Good friend, funny.
Yeah, you all of that, but oh my God, that would have just been like crazy. But still, I couldn't see. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about. So
what you call it? How we don't believe in
the sex offender law.
The sex offender laws. Like no.
But in that case, so then in this case now, let's just assume in Sky's.
And I think it's the parents that do it because they so mad. Why are you with that boy? I don't like that boy. So then they go file these charges, and then they press the charges, and they pursue them. And now this 18-year-old messing with this 16-year-old, now he got to be put on the sex offender list because of her parent. Because she's mad that her daughter is messing with this 18-year-old.
There should be.
That's not fair.
They need to look into that. I don't agree with that at all. And I got into a whole heated discussion with somebody about it. And I say, it's just not fair. And they saying, I understand that they're a protected class. Kids need to be protected. But this is not right. It's just not right for an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old with a 14-year-old who told them, I'm 16, I'm 17. That's not right. It's just not right. However, now a 29-year-old man with a 14-year-old, the only thing I can say is that you said a relationship because we know you Virgin Mary, Mother Teresa. But people have sex without being in a relationship. Let me tell you, girl. Come to 2017.
I know that. I know.
I know you used to Jesus and Joseph, but with Tyrone and Shanika, let me tell you, the shit is going down. So, I guess I don't want to say in his defense because I don't know the situation, but if they only had sex, how would he have known that she's only 14? I mean, is there a sex test you could give for a minor versus an adult? Maybe she's a hooch. Who knows? So
that's what you went down like. Vagina was so big, only had 2 hairs. Like, nah, this a 14-year-old cooch. I don't know.
Yeah, I just thought that was like, I just thought that was.
Especially if she don't look 14. Now, if you're 29 and this girl comes to you like, no, I'm 19, and she looks 12, come on, dog.
So then,
like some people do look younger than what they are, but at that point, you as the adult need to be questioning it and finding out more before you sit down and you lay with this girl.
You don't understand how this sex without relationships go because trust me, it's not more.
Okay, you're 35 and you see, and this guy tries to talk to you. Honestly, he's only 14, but he looks 12. So he's trying to talk to you.
Look, he the prince.
No, I'm saying he looks younger.
12. Oh, no, that ain't the prince.
He looks younger. Now, if he looks older, you probably would talk to him like, oh, this guy looks 30. Like, I'm 35. He looks 30, but he's still in high school and you don't know that.
Wait, hold on. You keep saying talking. You understand that you have sex without talking?
He got to talk to you first. You got to say something to you first. You have to have some type of conversation before you say, all right, meet me up at the hotel.
Meet me at the hotel? Girl, where you been at in this lifetime? Like,
meet me in the back of the car? Like, just bend over? Right then and there? Like,
look, just point down.
Yo, Ma, you got a fatty. I do? Okay. And you just bend over right then and there? I don't think that's how it works. Like, you still try to talk to
point
them.
down to it and they shake their head yes or no.
Nah.
You ain't even listen. They don't get into a deep conversation. You might see somebody, hey, what's up? And then you might touch them, and that's it. Like, you don't have many words. I know Virgin Mary with Joseph and Peter and Paul that y'all had dinner with 12 other people before y'all get to. But shit happens. Don't you ever hear about people having sex in clubs? Do you really think in a loud ass club that they're having a conversation before this goes down? No.
So they just pull, come here, ma, and they just bend over.
When you describe it like that, it seems weird.
But that's how you saying it's going. Like, come here, ma. Like, when I'm thinking people having sex in clubs, you know this guy, y'all just get it in. Like, y'all not in a relationship. He probably got a girlfriend. You probably got a man, and y'all see each other in the club. Yo, but you know him already. But I can't see you
being a stranger. That's a one-night stand. What are you talking about? They got a whole app for this shit now.
I understand one-night stands. But right there in the club, and you just like, you just do the nod of the head. She do the nod of the head. Y'all just go in the bathroom. Nah.
We need to get some hoes on these clubs. So I'm on this podcast so we can have whole facts. But yeah, people are having sex and they don't. It's called one night stands. They got Tinder.
I'm not naive. Trust me, I'm far from naive. So I do know that things like that happen or whatever. But as far as the way they look is what I'm saying. If I'm out on the street and a 12-year-old try to talk to me and he looks 12, why would I even entertain it?
Well, that's different. I mean, some people then I guess, and then in the other case, I guess that would be like some people are pedophile, but some people they just don't. They may not look that way to them. Like I always say, my daughter got a baby face. If anybody told me they thought she was old, I'd be like, "You're full of shit." I mean, and she got big boobs, but she has a baby face. She even got little fat cheeks, everything. She has a baby face. However, even me, when I was younger, I never looked young. I never looked young or whatever. So a guy coming, I wouldn't think he was a pedophile or anything. But I don't know. So I guess it would be, you would have to see somebody skipping from grammar school or something so you could narrow this shit down. Like, I don't know. How would that work?
So I guess that's the point that we're trying to make. Do these police officers need to do more investigation when they just say, somebody just say, a mother just come and say, oh, he raped my daughter?
Well, because the laws are strict liability. What that means is that once all they have to prove is that the person is a minor. Once they prove that, that's it. It doesn't matter. So both of us are saying the same thing. It should be a case by case thing. But I guess my question was that are there things that a man who's 29 with before having sex that they should be able to identify to find out that this girl is 14 years old?
What they gonna identify? What?
You were saying when you go to talk to them, but then I'm like, you don't need to talk to have sex. So
okay, so you don't need to talk to have sex. So now what? What else are you looking for?
No, that's what I was asking you.
You got all your pubic hairs, like.
That's what I was asking you. Like, what would be the criteria? If we're saying it should be a case by case, what would be the criteria? What would it be? Like, did you see her by a grammar school? Was she within 100 feet of a school or a park?
You like a drug charges.
Like, then the presumption is that she's young. If she's by a park, within 100 feet of a park or a school, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They're going to definitely have to look into that.
I would definitely, one of the things would be, where did y'all meet at?
Yeah.
If they met in an environment where it's adults, then I guess that would go in his favor. But if they met in a park.
I was at my daughter's party. She was there.
Was she dancing the juju on that beat when they played it, or did she sit down? Like, that'll go. I don't know. That's something that I've always had an issue with, and on Black Ink it came up, so that's what made me think of it again. And then in this case, this man had a baby with her, and then I don't want to say I felt bad for him, But it was like you're in a situation where either you face a rape charge and go to prison for rape, or you take care of your child and try to be a part of your child's life. So I don't know.
So, but
know.
he needs to be charged. He should have been charged because you knew, because you was wise enough to say, "Oh, now I got her pregnant. I gotta go. We can't have this baby." So you knew she was 14.
Well, I don't know if he knew before or if it was after she had the baby, and then the issue became, oh, you know, this girl's only. I don't really, honestly, on the show, it doesn't show. Okay. It doesn't say. It's only Sky telling her version of events.
Oh, okay.
And then he comes and looks for her and says, I've been looking for you. He calls her Kiki or something. I've been looking for you all of these years. And he's Geechee.
As I learned.
And he's like, I've been looking for you. I want to know where my son, this and this and that. And so, I don't know. I guess we would have to find out more facts.
He waited till after the statute of limitations.
I need to find out what the statute of limitations is.
He waited. Because you coming on the show, you on TV. Oh, he waited. He waited. He like, I'm going to get me for this.
Oh, maybe that's what he did. He moved down south all those years to hide out, and it was waiting until the statute. And they like, look, Viacom, VH1 called him up. You know the statute of limitations told on that. You can come back up to New York. And when you come, let us know. We'll mic you up.
Exactly. Because he's not getting on the show. He's not going to do that.
Oh my God. Well, that one, you got to see it. So some of the things, and my sister, she hit me up on Instagram last night because there was this picture circulating. And she like, y'all got to talk about this. And the girl name I learned is Jess Hilarious. And I saw her previously because she goes at Yandy all the time.
Yeah. Like she just sits, like sometimes she'll just sit in her car and she just be going in on people. Like, in like, I guess a comedic way. Like, she's okay. Some of the stuff she's okay. Because she'd be like, it'd be funny to me a little bit because she'd be so serious. Like, it'd be like that serious look and then she's like going in. And she's okay. She's okay.
I think she's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
She
had those lace fronts. Don't do them lace fronts.
I like what she said about the lace front. Like, damn, it's a wig. Yeah, it's coming up. I gotta go get my shit done. I'll be cracking up on that. But then I like when she did. Somebody told her like they're gonna smack her when she come to their town, and she like, you understand I'm gonna fight back, right? Like, so you should say you want to fight me, not that you're gonna smack me. And then I don't know, and we'll get on that because, you know, we had to talk about Kendall one time. And then about people just doing that also. Mm-hmm. And I sent it to you. I saw a guy and I don't know if gay is the right term to use or queer, because he's acting real, you know, and he's flinging the hair and everything. And I just didn't find him funny. And it was a complete ripoff of what your guy does. Yeah. And I was like, everybody's shooting their shot. They like shit. Just like we said, if he could do it, I could do it. And I don't find Kendall to be funny all the time, but sometimes he is. He
cracks me up.
I know you love him. So she does something similar to him. Other than she doesn't watch the show and do it. She just does it.
She just does it.
So she took a picture with her son where she's completely naked. And her son
Jordans and socks on.
With Jordan and socks. And her son, I think he has on underwear.
Yeah, I think he has on clothes and he has on Jordan.
No, he doesn't have on clothes. We need to clear that up.
He doesn't have on clothes.
He doesn't have on clothes. He may have on underwear, but he doesn't have on clothes. He's clearly bare chested and his legs are out. Okay. So it may be underwear. I don't want to say it wasn't, but there were no more clothes other than the Jordans and socks. And it may have been drawers. And he's like sitting on top of her, and
like he's like covering her breast, so it's like a face to face, like a hug type thing. No,
she's laying down.
No, she's got her knees, and I seen the picture. So his legs is over her
like he's straddling her.
Yeah, yes, like that.
And she's laying down. I don't want to say completely laying down. She's like sitting with her legs folded or whatever.
Yeah, she's
knees bent.
Yeah, knees bent, she's sitting down or whatever, and he's straddling her, and his chest is on her chest. Mm-hmm. Like they chest to chest.
Yes.
And she's hugging him.
Yes.
And he's too old for that.
Yeah, because he's at least 79 months, if not more.
Yeah, I think it was like, and a lot of people commenting like, if it was a baby, it would be different, which is true.
Well, in that position, that's another thing. People were saying, because number one, I think that the whole thing of the nakedness with a child was inappropriate. Now, had it been a baby in that position, that still would have been inappropriate. However, maybe if she was holding a baby,
yeah,
because he's literally straddling her. I don't know. And she was saying like she could post whatever she want, and people were saying, and I'm like, y'all missing the point. It's whether or not this picture is appropriate. Not even that you posted it. Why the fuck did you even take this type of picture with your son?
You can post whatever you want. It's just the fact of
why would you take a picture like that?
I'm not. I'm not holding my child naked. I'm naked. He naked. And then people kept saying, "Well, y'all act like y'all never saw your mother naked around the house." That's different. We're just around the house. I'm not holding him naked
and taking
a picture for the world to see. Even if I don't want the world to see, I'm not putting that up in my house. Me holding my son and I'm just naked.
I said, you know what really went through my mind when I saw that picture? I said, she doesn't have real friends. Because you had to book a studio session, get your hair did, get your makeup did, get your son from school, get your Jordan, the matching Jordans and the matching socks, and nobody said, hey, this may not be a good idea.
We don't know that. Some people don't care what their friends say.
Oh, that's true.
So they may have told her. She was like, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. This is my son. I can do what I want.
I don't know. That was just like...
And then she's acting like there's nothing wrong with it, but I can see her, well, I don't know her, but maybe if she saw a man do that with his daughter, would she have something to say?
Oh, absolutely. They would have been all over his ass.
Exactly.
Nobody would have went for that. It was just inappropriate. And then to put your child in that position, I mean, he may go to school Monday and they be like, I saw you humping your mama on the Instagram. Like, why would you do that? Like, it just was inappropriate. And some comedian, I didn't agree with the comment he made that it was, that's why boys are being bitches. Or
yeah, that's what's wrong with Black America. What he say? That's what's wrong with Black America and these boys out here being bees and something like that.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that because I didn't think it had anything to do with that. I more so felt like it was just inappropriate on all levels. Like, why would you? Ugh. It was just, and it wasn't artistic. It wasn't anything. It was just flat out inappropriate. Yeah. My sister sent me that in the middle of the night.
She clapped back saying you probably, which was made it worse. You probably beat your meat to it later. Why would you say? Yes, that was part of her clapback. It was more stuff. The other stuff was just her basically hiking on him on how he looked, he's fat, and all that. But that part right there, I'm like, why would you? That's disgusting. Like, so now you know. So just for you to say that, you putting this picture out there, that's how many other perverts out there that may be doing that. And you putting the picture out there. You want somebody to do that to your son?
Yeah, that was, yeah. And I looked at the picture again just now to see. And it's clearly, the boy has on, you can't notice, if you look more, you can see that he has on underwear. Yeah. But it's made to seem like he's naked also. So even the fact that you wanted it to look like y'all were both naked is something sick. And I hope, I mean, you know, I'm no fan of Yandy, but she need to calm on her ass. She need to be up there going at her like, bitch. Yeah.
But you told me the hit setter. Oh, she ain't gonna
fucking hire a comedian for the night. Like, yo, write me some jokes and shit. Take over my Instagram. I need to go at this bitch. Oh my God, that was so disturbing. But
so you're saying you won't take a picture like that with
Mammy? No, absolutely not. However, when I was pregnant with Mammy, I wanted to take a new picture. I wanted to do like the Janet Jackson cover on Vibe, and yeah, my husband wanted it. He said no, absolutely not, because I told him I couldn't use his hands because my husband is like short and small. And then his hands would be small and it would look like a little kid. And I was like, yeah, no, we need to get somebody with bigger hands. Because... and so, yeah, it didn't happen. I was okay with it. But I don't know, because his hands were little and then you know what I mean. Like, it looked like I got some little kid grabbing my boob. And nah. So it It happened. But would I have taken a picture with bare chested with my last baby that I just had? Oh, probably so and done taste, because that's why when you said hug, I didn't mean to cut you off, because I would take a picture hugging her, cradling her, but they weren't hugging. He was straddling her. I would never take a picture with any of my kids in that manner. It's just gross, and I wouldn't be naked. I don't know, whatever. But I wouldn't be wearing fucking Jordans and socks. Like, come the fuck on.
Ask my son if he want to go take a picture.
Prince!
That would be disgusting. Yeah, I get locked up. I would get locked up.
I would report you. And then I'll defend you.
That's just disgusting. I ain't with my son just walking around the house with his underwear on. I'm like, go put some pants on. You too old for that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, so let's talk about that. My daughter, she walks around and now she wears fucking Victoria's Secret, and now I gotta go to Target and get drawers, but whatever. So she's walking around in her pink underwear, and I'm like, yeah, you can't do that. That's just not appropriate. Yeah. But when my son does it in his boxes, I'm like,
no, I don't like it. I don't like when my son walks around with his boxes or anything, because he's at that age when he lays down. If he just laying down watching a movie for too long, he gets back up, he got a boner. Like, no, I don't want to see that. He want to shift and move and pull his t-shirt down. No, I can still see it because you got on your freaking underwear.
Oh my God.
Why the fuck be watching it? Oh, no, he could be playing the game. I don't know. It's that age. I don't know.
Oh my God, I can't.
But no, I think he's too old. He's getting too developed for him to walk around like that. I don't. Yeah, it just.
So you know what? I guess, and then we could go
to
the other
thing. You still do it. I'm like, go put some pants on
with y'all, because it's only, I don't know, but
it's just us three. But still, like, I don't want to see it. Like, my husband don't walk around with just his underwear on.
So see, I was about to say my husband will walk around with just boxers. Like, it's not a. He would do it unless somebody's there. Then he would.
My husband always have on pajama pants and a t-shirt. Like,
yeah,
he don't just walk around his underwear unless he's about to get in the shower and he's just doing stuff like that. Like he's preparing to get in the shower, so he need to run in the living room for something or something like that. Yeah, he'll walk around then.
Let me tell you what I do.
All day, no.
When I gotta go run out the bathroom or something, and I need to stop doing it, I run out butt naked and run to the room, and they like, why do you? Because I'm like, I think I'm fast, so I think in my mind, all you see is a flash going by. But apparently that's not the case. So, but I do it a lot.
I don't know what's home, or if it's just my husband. If my son home, if he sleep, I try to sneak past his room. If I forgot something in the living room and I'm butt naked about to get in the shower, I sneak past, or I just grab my robe.
Why you do that like a little mouse?
Because I know I'm not fast. So it won't be no blur.
In my head, I'm the Flash running through there. All they see is a and I'll be begging. And my daughter said another thing. Why do you continuously do that? We can see you. And I'm like, yeah, but in my head. So, yeah, I need to stop doing this shit all the time. But so my daughter, she had made the statement like, you know, it's sexist. And I said, you know what? Maybe it is. Because yeah, my son walks around and I don't say anything, and I don't have an issue. But for me and her to do it, I'm like, yeah, no. And definitely her. I tell her like, listen, no. I don't do it unless I don't do it unless everybody sleep and I got on boy shirt and I think I'm fast again. So I'll go and do whatever. But I don't know. And she said like, you know, that's sexist. So. Which brings me to my topic that I had, because yesterday my husband and I had this big argument about this. My son at the daycare he goes to with my sister, they have babies, and he has a baby, and the other little girl has a baby. They name their babies, they take care of their babies, they feed them, they work. So my husband having to be there and see him with the baby. And my son brings the baby to him like, can you hold my baby while I put on my shoes? My husband went off. no, you're not supposed to be playing with no doll babies. I was going off, and I'm like, you're being crazy. It's not a doll baby. It's not a Barbie doll. It's not this. It's a baby, and it's clear that he's taking care of it. He's like, yeah, but that's a problem. That's for girls. I said, why?
Why? Don't you take care of your son?
And that's what I told him. I said, but you take care of your kid. He like, because they're my kids. I said, well, to him, this is his kid. And I said, don't you think...
It's like preparing them for when they get older. Like,
so that's what I
don't look at it as them playing with dolls or being girly.
That's what I said, because it's a baby. He's taking care of the baby. And I said, don't you think he watched you take care of our daughter and take care of him? And that's what he had to watch you, because you know I don't be taking care of no damn babies. I ain't got time to be wrangling babies all fucking day. But he don't you? I say, to me, I thought he would be like, oh, look how well he's taking. And he was like, no. And he was like, I want you to put that on your podcast and see what the people say. I bet everybody agree with me. And I said, you're being sexist. That why can't he take care of a child?
Yeah, no, I don't agree with him. I don't agree. If it was like a Barbie doll, then I'm like, boy, if you don't go put that doll down somewhere, go grab that football. But no, it's like, in the way you're explaining it, is in the manner of me, oh, my baby, and just like he told his father, hold on while I tie my shoe. Yes. Meaning, like, I can't just throw the baby down.
Yes, that's how they take care of the babies. They change them, they whatever, but it's just like a baby. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, no, because then he's going to be gay. And I said, are you serious? So you think him taking care of babies is going to make him like men? How? Houseway. I'm like, you don't make any sense. So we were going back and forth and having this big thing. And I told him, because at one point, and you know that when we had Man, my husband, and we had planned it out and agreed upon it before, that he stayed home during the day and took care of Man, so that Man wouldn't go to daycare or be with anybody else. I said, how? So then that means that when you were doing that you're gay? I mean, don't you think men would look at you and say, oh, you saying that's a woman's job. Why are you doing that? Mm-hmm. He's like, but it's my kid. And I'm like, yeah, but he sees it the same. It just was no. And then that brought me to the topic where my sister was here. He said, you need to respect my wish on him not playing with the baby. And I said, but I have a problem with it and I don't agree. So you're not going to respect mine? And he like, but I'm the husband.
What that mean?
And I'm his father. And I'm like,
and I'm his
mother. And I'm your wife. So I guess he was kind of trying to say, because he's the man.
Who's going Trump?
He trumps me because he's the man. And I'm like, the fuck? You remember who you married to? But we were going back and forth so bad. He was like, you know what? Just put it on the podcast and see what everybody said. And if they say it's okay, then I'm going to leave it alone. But I'm telling you, everybody going to agree with me. And I'm like,
nah, bruh.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody going to agree with that one.
And then I told him,
a doll baby, like a Barbie doll, and he's combing the hair
and doing
even that's nothing wrong. I was raised by my father. My father did my hair. And did a darn good job. So my father did my hair up until I went to high school, when I first got my first perm.
Okay, girl. You should have learned how to do your hair.
I couldn't comb. It was too thick. I couldn't comb my own hair. It hurt. It hurt. So I couldn't comb my hair. So he combed it for me, combed it out. And
wait, you didn't know Kesey bought it so she could do your hair?
Yeah, but she didn't start doing my hair until I got a perm.
Yeah, she still had that rule even back in the day. Like, no natural over here. Exactly. Your ass beat up just for me before you could come to me.
She started doing my hair when I got a perm.
Oh, my God. Well, my father did my hair, like, once when my mom was sick. But my husband has taken out our daughter hair so many times.
So, I don't see nothing wrong.
And he knew how to braid at one point. Because he said when he was younger and he was in the youth, that he braided his hair. Like... How did you know how to do that? Like, you had to learn. So did that make you gay? No. It was just the craziest. I was like, what type of bullshit?
But the feelings you have inside makes you gay.
Like, exactly. You got to be attracted to man. So,
not what you're doing.
And I brought up the example because one time, because, you know, I wear makeup and, oh my God, my naked kit from Urban Decay. I love this thing and I spent some money on it. And one day I come home and my son is playing in it and I wanted to cry. But I'm like, when he played in it, he I was like, did you get mad? I was more upset because shit, I spent like $50-something on this and he just playing in it. I wasn't, because he was like, why were you upset then when he played in your makeup? And I said, oh, he must have thought I was upset, like, oh, he's being girly, I was like, no, I paid $50 for this. And now he playing in my shit. I said, oh, I thought you were upset for the same reason I was upset. I'm like, I didn't, so we were both off. I said, so when he played in my makeup, you took it as him trying to be, he's like, yeah. I'm like, why? He's just making a mess. That's how I took it.
Was he putting it on his face?
Oh, he put the shit everywhere. On the walls, everything. And last night, oh my God, last night he got in Vaseline. And he come in and he's shining and this and that. And I'm like, he just makes mess. It's not that he's saying, oh, I want to be a woman. Like, the fuck you think he Bruce Jenner? Like, what is your problem? I don't know.
No, he got the Vaseline. He was moisturizing his face for his makeup lesson later. I need to moisturize.
He came in and I'm like, wait, and he just shiny, his face shiny, his legs, his arm. I'm like, what were you doing? Nothing. I had to poop. I'm like, okay, so I don't notice you shining at all. I'm like,
you get that from his mother. You think you can't see her?
I know, right? You're not fast. So yeah. So there you go. What's my husband's name? Ali Akbar.
Yeah, we don't agree with you, Ali.
Ali Akbar. And then while we're talking about kids, we might as well finish all the things I had about kids. My friend and I, before we got into a really heated, I don't know why, a lot of my discussions be getting heated.
Who's the common denominator in those discussions?
Not me.
You and that person.
But we were talking about bad kids versus disrespectful kids. And she saw it as one and the same. And I was like, no, I don't agree with you.
A bad kid could be a kid that will see a basketball in the house and just start throwing it at the wall. And you keep telling them, stop throwing the basketball at the wall. And they just keep throwing it back. They're not listening. They're just being bad. They're just doing things that's destructive. A disrespectful kid, stop throwing that ball against the wall.
Fuck you.
Stop telling me what to do.
Exactly.
Disrespectful little, and then you pop them.
And then, so my thing was, and I told her, I said, of course, we would all prefer our kids to be perfect little angel. Well, I probably wouldn't, because that shit would be mad boring if my kid was like an angel and did nothing.
Because some stuff is just funny.
Funny, I know. Remember, man put the clothes in the toilet bowl? I thought the shit was hilarious. I was upset, but it was kind of funny. And so, but anyway, so if you had a preference, which one would you prefer, bad or disrespectful? Bad. Me too. See, this ain't a good discussion then, because I feel the same way.
Bad. I don't want no disrespectful kid, because you're disrespectful to me. Then you go out there, you're going to be disrespectful. Then they're going to think you got it from home, and I'm not even trying to teach you that way. No, then they're going to come looking at me.
Like mom logic.
No.
We always say, and then they going to think I ain't raising you right.
Exactly.
No matter what they do.
Now, you just bad. You being bad, you can outgrow that. But being disrespectful, you just a disrespectful. You're gonna grow up with no teeth. I'm gonna have to hit you so many times for your mouth. Like, no, I take a bad kid.
That's how I felt, and apparently my friend did it. And I'm like, yeah, because there's a difference. I would rather somebody told me, if they say, hey, really bad. Because my son, of course, man's little, so he don't do much. But my son, he's grown. So let's say they said, oh, your son stabbed 3 people up there, and this and that. And so, for purposes of show, because I don't want to look like a bad mom, I'll be like, oh my God, no, my son was fighting. Oh my God. I got to talk to that boy. Like, they don't say he stabbed, but they say a lot, like, my son was fighting before, and he used to fight a lot. They like, oh, he was fighting. And I'll be like, in my head, I'm like, did he beat? Did he win? But I gotta be, I'm like, oh my God, no, really? Wait till that boy get home. Wait till he get home. And then I'll be like, in my head, I'm gonna ask him, did you beat?
Did you win? Who started? You better be out there starting now. But did you win?
But if somebody told me, your son was up the block and he was fighting and we tried to break him up and we told him to leave and he said, fuck you, bitch. That would hurt me to my heart. Yeah. That I would be out looking for him. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I didn't raise you this way.
Mm-hmm.
But if he was just out fighting,
but
I'd be
then
like,
he's out fighting, and they said the same thing. They told him, "Yo, what are you
and
doing?"
he stopped,
and he just walked away at that point, or just said, "Nah," or whatever. He didn't disrespect you or anything. I just be like, "All right, I'll talk to him."
Yeah, but you got to do that shock thing because. See, I do it because you know what? I don't want people because listen.
People fight every day, B.
You tough, right?
Because it's a fight. Like that's honestly that's what kids do. They're gonna fight and then guess what? The next day they friends. So I don't look at fighting as a big thing unless you're bullying somebody. Then that's different. Now you in school, you starting with people, you bullying them. That's different. But if people keep messing with you and you fighting, or y'all just get into, just say they having a conversation and it just get heated and it just fight. It just fight like it's a fight.
So that's the thing that Newark and Jersey City girls agree on. Like it is what it is. But you know what? I think it's so funny now when you mention bullying. Like, my kids, they really look down on bullying. And you would think that them being young, because I know when we were kids, like, I mean, the shit happened, it was another, and they like, oh, that's so, like, a video was being on Instagram, or one of those things, and the girl was fighting this girl, and the girl wasn't fighting back, but she kept going, and then was doing more stuff, and my son said, turn that off, that's horrible, she's bullying her. And I was like shocked that they would say that because they watch fight videos all damn day. And I'm like, really? Like, what made you so outraged about this versus the one? And he said, because you hit her, she didn't hit you back, and then you go hit her again to see if she's going to hit you, and she's still not, then it's done. He was like, for you to keep doing that, now she's a bully. And I was surprised, because you know how my son is. Oh, my God. I was really surprised that he had that, you know, and let me say this. It also made me proud. Like, yeah, right? Like, they know, like, okay, that's not appropriate. But, yeah, so me and you agree versus the bad versus disrespect. My other friend, she just didn't understand why I wouldn't be appalled at my child being bad. I'm like, babies are bad. What the fuck? Yeah, what do you want me to do? But when people, also, and then when I do it, I be like turning my own damn stomach. I'm like, I'm so fake. Why I do that? When people call me or they say something about, oh my God, no, girl. I'm not doing that. I be like,
that's too much. I'm not doing all that. Why? Because that's not how you feel. Why are you doing all that for that person?
Because one time I kept it real, and like the person was like, oh, you some type of mother or whatever, and then that changes things.
Oh, now you coming at me
exactly, and now we gonna go, and it's like I'm like, is it really worth it? Because now I'm ready, and you want to question my motherhood, girl, mother keeps a book of receipts. Your kid ever acted up on Facebook being some thought shit? I got the screenshots on my phone ready for you.
That's why I won't be. If somebody was to call me and said, "Oh, your son was fighting," oh, okay, thank you for letting me know. What else I'm gonna say?
Like if they came,
I'm say, like, oh, no, he wasn't. That boy, no, he's not supposed to be fighting. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Oh man.
So what if they say, oh, you know, and let me say this, full disclosure, I'm not opposed to people jumping people. Hey, sometimes the shit gotta.
No, that I don't like that. That I don't like.
I'm not.
I don't like jumping. I don't.
It doesn't change it for me. It really doesn't. If somebody say like, so then if they came to you, because now that's a perfect example. Because like one time when my son was in grammar school, him and his friend, they had some boy or whatever. So I had to go to school and they told me. And
I don't like that.
I was like,
jumping him for. Well, what you jumping him for?
Well, that's why I asked him. No, that's what I asked him. I said, why y'all jump that boy? Well, y'all could have beat him up. And he was like, oh, because what's his name wanted to fight him, and this one wanted to fight him, and I wanted to fight him. I was like, makes sense. It was efficient.
No, let's do it. Why not? Okay, get him.
But so the boy gonna be tired fighting 3 people.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, let's schedule these fights. Hold on. 3 o'clock for you. I'll get you at 3:45. before he
I had a scheduled fight before elementary. I had a scheduled fight.
Chicks from never.
I was in what was it, 7th grade. I had you might remember this, GC. And it was like, all right, tomorrow morning before school. We met in the big playground and we had a fight.
Well, that's different because the one But I don't know. Well, I guess I don't know when he explained it to me. I just wasn't appalled. I just was like, oh, that's that makes sense. But when I went to school, so at first they telling me, and I'm like,
why y'all both wanted to fight this guy? Why? Why y'all had to fight him at the same? Why you had to jump? I don't like jumping. That I don't like jumping.
See, well, no, hold on. Let's say if I would prefer, I don't prefer, but shit happens. Like, and when he explained it, like, no, well, he wanted to fight him, and he wanted to fight him, and I wanted to fight him. I was like, oh, I guess that was efficient because y'all all did it at one time, and now it's over.
I'm saying this as an adult. I don't like it, but back, of course, when I was.
Look, after you done jumped 50 bitches on Avon, now you're talking about
No, we jumped somebody because the girl was huge and she was getting the best of me, so my friends had to get in there like, thank you. I was relieved. I was happy. Because then they come to me like, why did you start with her? I was playing. I ain't just fucking serious.
So you're not supposed to jump in as long as, like, if it's a bigger person.
No,
and
I was thinking like immature wise. Back then, I didn't think nothing was wrong, but now as an adult, I don't like it. I don't agree with it.
So okay, let's say the prince, him and his friends, they walking home, and your son, he does look older. He looks okay. Look 35. But he looks older. So a grown man approaches him. Or whatever, they get into some confrontation.
No, you're an adult.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Craig, get security.
No, you're an adult and you're coming to fight a child. You and your friends better jump the mess out of that grown man. No.
Can you put your hands down?
That's different. No, that's a grown man wanting to fight a child. Y'all better jump the mess out of him. So and then if your friends don't do that when y'all finish, you better beat they behind. I'm not helping you.
So you're not opposed to it.
I'm opposed to the same kids doing it to each other. Put it that way. I'm opposed to kids doing it to each other.
And he's pretty built, but what if the linebacker on the football team who's 300 pounds, 6'2", wants to fight him?
Now, you gotta take that.
Oh, hell no.
Don't fight him.
But he's fighting what he gonna do? Say,
you fight back and now you took that L. No, that's what?
Last night took an L, but to
pick something up and bust him upside his head.
Isn't that like aggravated or a deadly weapon?
You gotta do what you gotta do. Pick something up.
Get the Draco.
Y'all in school, pick that chair up, knock him across his head with that chair. Get back down.
If Prince came home and said, you know what, Mom, the linebacker on the team wanted to fight me, and he was like, he planned it like you did at 7:00 in a big playground. So me and my friends came up with it.
I'm intervening.
No,
it's already planned. Oh, you told me about
it. No, this is after. This is after it happened. No, you won't.
You ain't fighting my son. You too big. You too big.
Wait, you would go to the school?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Wait, are you going to go to school to the officials or are you going to go to school to the boy?
No, to the officials. So I can stop it, like, before he hurt my child.
Team no snitch. You can't go snitching. Now he going to look like a pussy. You told your mom?
Hey.
No.
Hey.
Oh, my God. I would stop you from doing that. I would block your car in your driveway so you couldn't make that meeting. Why would you do that?
No. He too big. If you said he big, like, no. Other than that, I don't want my son to ever back down from fight. So y'all did, and y'all gotta fight. And you do what you gotta do to win. You pick up something.
Oh my God, no. But okay, so let's just say it's after the fight happened, and he told you, and we planned. So me and my friends, we had a meeting. We discussed. Well, not a meeting. And man took the minutes. What's her name? No, but we discussed it like, listen, there's no way you could win. So what we're going to do is when he swings, we're all going to jump in so that, you don't get hurt. and they did it. Would you really be upset at him after? You would really be upset that he did that?
He didn't do it. His friends did it.
But he was in agreement with it.
Yeah, he was in agreement, and I would be better. I would tell him like, you don't need to jump nobody. I ain't have to jump him.
But I was really.
What, you gonna be like? Oh, I was gonna lose. Yeah, fight harder.
Niggas get beat up every day, B. You be alright.
You tough, right? Pick up something.
Oh my God, no! I never. Yeah, I didn't think you would say that. Well, me.
Pick up something.
Oh my God, get the Draco popping. Alright, so I don't know what we looking at all time wise. Oh crap. Alright, so I guess we could start with the who we here for and who we not here for. So this week, because I talk to you damn near every day, I was having a rough week and then I was getting discouraged, so you know who I had to turn to? The motivational God. So this week I am definitely here for Dame Dash. No, you gotta watch this interview in its entirety.
I did.
But they edited it now. Hold on. Oh, I should have put I'm not here for them fuckers. But let me tell you what they did. When him and Envy get into the discussion and he's saying, well, would you work for me? Could I be your boss? And they start talking, they cut it. And then pieced it. Yes, it's not all the way. Because remember, they go back and he said, well, how much you make here? And this and that. And he was like, so if I paid you that amount, would you work for me? Could you work? And they cut it. And so I even put it, look, I was hella beat this week. I put it in YouTube comments. Did they edit this? Did they cut it out?
Right, I think they all of it. I heard it 20 times before, but I still need to hear it all.
Again. Every once in a while, I need that reassurance from the motivational God. I need it. And then he said something, and yes, like you said, I don't watch this thing like 20 times. But he said to Envy, he was like, you sound real smart to dumb people. To Envy. And I said, you know what? That is so, because you ever heard somebody and they say things and whatever, and you like, it don't even make no sense.
But when you don't know, you like, oh yeah.
Exactly. So then they go to other people because Envy talked about how, no, you should be working and have a boss because you can invest in other things and blah, 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 blah. And he was like, that may sound really smart to dumb people. And I was like, you're getting so he's saying this to people who don't know, who are ignorant. They don't have any knowledge of anything else. So it sounds good. But why are you telling them that when it's not really good? And then you're taking pride in that, it sounds good to them people. But I don't know. You don't feel Dame Dash. I just love it. I love it.
No,
I might watch it again this week.
But I don't feel him like you feel him.
Oh, I feel him. Yeah,
I don't feel him like you feel him. Like, he's okay though.
You didn't find that interview moving at all?
It didn't move me.
We need to watch it together so I could go line by line.
It is so you like that.
Well, who are you here for this week? Oh, if you say nobody, I'm going to go crazy. I am literally going to go crazy.
Go crazy?
No.
I don't have nobody I'm here for.
Yo, either you really a hater or you just be really into your internet games. Because you ain't experienced nobody, nothing happened, nobody, nothing at all week long.
Who I say did, I can't mention. But that had me. Yes, I'm here for you. But I can't mention it.
Who was it?
If I just said I can't mention it, how you just gonna say who was it?
Give me can I get a Blue's Clues around here? I got my handy dandy notebook. I put it together.
I told you about it. It'll come to you. When we go off here, I'll let you know. So I can't say because I just can't, but I was there for them. When I heard about it, I was like, yes, I'm loving you right now. You the best.
Loving
you. Like, what they did was like, when people just put people in their place. Like, I love it. When you put,
when somebody
being bullied or whatever, and then this one person just come in and put everybody in their place. Like, nah, I ain't gonna do this.
But I think it's a way you could. Now I remember what you're talking about. But it's a way you could describe that without mentioning the people or the circumstance that it wouldn't. I think you could, but I don't want to do it because you didn't want to do it. So
I'm there for them. I'm there for them.
You're not even here for Cardi B throwing the shoe in the girl face.
Wait, when Cardi B said no, because you were like, help me. When I say I fell out my chair, She tried to do her little English accent. You was like, help me.
Oh my God.
With this Cardi B. And then she go sit on the guy's lap in front of her. I said, I can't with this girl.
Oh
this
my
girl
God.
Is crazy. I couldn't with her. But that whole reunion show was just too much. Like, too much fighting. Y'all can't even talk. Like, y'all too old for that. That y'all can't discuss anything or even have differences without fighting. Y'all too old for that. Like, that. I don't even know if I can watch the rest, but I am.
Well, I guess,
but I am. But it really made me mad. It really made me mad.
And Cardi B in them situation, and then Bianca comes up to her and like, listen, sit down, relax, don't do this. They're younger.
Yes.
So I was more so giving them a pass because they're younger. They're like 20.
You're right.
But Yandy, Erica, the mama,
Judy,
all of them.
and Kim.
No.
Kim, you standing up, holding your crotch, telling her to suck your... Come on. I know you want to be a man and everything, but come on.
You're not going to come for...
Come on.
The views and opinions expressed by...
But come on. That was too... Yeah. Like, y'all too... Judy, you a grandmother.
The dude, I didn't
like
a
grandmother. Y'all too old. That right there, y'all too old for. Like,
so while I was about to say, while with Cardi B and them, I kind of gave it a pass, and I thought the shoe thing just was like, this shit
square in the chest.
Yeah,
like it was like a target. Right,
should be like a football team or something. But when it came to the other group, I was like, it was like I frowned and looked. I was like, oh.
Yeah, even Rich and Cisco. Why y'all like? It was like y'all
Rich and Cisco. Let me tell you, I don't have an issue with them fighting because they're men. However, I have an issue with them doing it on camera because y'all friends. And like Cisco said to him one year, he said, "Listen, you're gonna give me the 5 minutes when we get out of here, and then we're gonna be good." That I couldn't respect. I don't respect it doing it on TV.
Like who did that before?
Cisco.
No. Joe Buttons and somebody else. Oh, let's take this in the green room.
Oh, yes, because I remember when they said, let's go in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And the guys at my job, they didn't understand what that meant. And I'm like, it means so they could fight.
Yeah, let's take this.
But Cisco said it to Rich one year, like, oh, you want to give me 5 minutes and then we're going to be good. Like, we're going to have...
No, I don't have no problem with that. But for y'all to sit there and be arguing like little girls on TV and all that, like...
Yeah.
Just like when we went back from last week when you were talking about North girls be like, no, sometimes you just need to get that out. Just fight it out. And then, now we can respect each other. We good.
I guess with men, I feel different because oh my God, and now we're getting off topic again. But really quickly, I don't want to say down upon, but I frown upon men bickering and arguing. Like, y'all shouldn't have so many words y'all want to say to each other unless y'all fucking lawyers and y'all in the courtroom. It should be like, y'all try to work, and then after that, like, if it's going to... Yo, you don't have on socks. No, you fuck my back. Like, that should, like, at some point, that got to stop, and either we going to fight or we just going to not be bothered. But for men, I feel differently because it just comes across so catty and girly for them arguing. I don't know. That's me.
But the older women, they really
made me mad. Yeah,
there was. We can't even watch this show because security just coming in and y'all just fighting. Y'all too old for this. Why y'all can sit there and argue all day? I don't care. But for y'all to just have to get there and y'all can't express yourself without.
I would say not arguing. Oh, maybe we should save this for the next episode. But not. I wouldn't say arguing. I would say that they could have disagree. They could disagree. They could take their shots. They could do everything, but be respectful and on
let each other talk. Like
I was about to say on Life of a TV Addict, we talk about it with the with housewives comparing them. Because like on Beverly Hills Housewives, these chicks, they throw shade, they do all the same things at their reunion, but they allow each one to speak. Right. You can have your opinion.
What you call it? Married to Medicine? Did you watch the Married to Medicine?
Yes, I watched that reunion.
So much shade, honey.
Yes. Honey. You should come back tomorrow for The Life of a TV Addict, because my partner in that one, she doesn't watch Married to Medicine. No. And exactly. And this one was good. So tomorrow, but basically I'm gonna just be talking about it for like 5 minutes. I don't know. It was giving me life last night. But so I guess then, who are you not here for?
You know I ain't mentioning which one no more ever again. But no. Oh, we just talked about them.
Oh, so so you're not here for
hands on Love and Hip Hop. I wasn't here for that. That fighting stuff. I wasn't here for that. I was not here for that.
I wasn't here for them either, but this week I'm not here for sexist people. And that's because of the reasons we discussed with my husband and things like that. I'm just not here for them. Boys doing girl things or girl doing, that's why I'm just not here for it. Like, this just is getting stupid at this point. I'm not here for them, but I'm also not here for those old girls.
Yeah, I'm not here for that. That turned me all the way off. Like, come on. That really pissed me off. She stood up.
I was grabbing. Yeah, I was like,
really? How old are you?
I just wasn't. I thought they could have handled it better. And then, since you were in, let me add another person I'm not here for. Now, I was going to stalk him. I was going to get him to marry me while he was in prison. However, I'm off that. Because I was not here for him telling that prepared lie that Yandy sent him on TV. Because we all watched the episode where you call Erica directly without knowledge that she's on TV and say, no, I never told anybody you were a slut. We were in a relationship, but that was 6-7 years. We all watched it, and then you come up with this perfect timeline, and every dot is dotted, and everything, there's no lapse, there's nothing.
To make your, air quotes, wife feel good.
And I was not here for it.
You just put your baby mothers down like that.
Exactly. I was like, I can't believe he did that. Like, I would have been like, yeah, no, Yandy, you tell him the story. Like, you could tell him whatever you want to tell him. And it was clear that it was prepared, because there was not a time missing anywhere. And you're like, oh, I can't believe he just did that. Yeah. Like, I just wasn't
That's your boy.
I don't know. Maybe next week I want to marry him again, but this week, no, we're getting divorced.
Before we get married,
I'm ripping up our power of attorney papers. All right. So before we get out of here, do you have any closing remarks, or are you active now on Twitter, social media, or still no?
I tried to do Twitter again this week with the whole reunion show, and I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't be into it and then tweeting at the same. I just can't. Like I said last week, I can't do it.
What was the damn TV, girl?
Oh yeah. You're so smart.
It's kind.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so
but then I would be behind when the other people talking about that part, and I'm still on it, and then now I got to tweet, and they already tweeted about it.
But it's Twitter. Like, you guys didn't find the tweets.
Yeah,
I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so I'm on Twitter at JMOAbout, and I've been trying to get pretty active there. So I've been.
You still didn't follow me, so I don't see you. I can't see your tweets. Can't respond to you.
Follow you.
Duh.
I'm gonna do it this week because I just started getting more active. But I'm on Twitter at JMOAbout. We want to thank the engineer Craig G for being here holding us down. We didn't get to a money challenge, but we're gonna do that next week. And so, no more closing remarks. Grown and opinionated. Out.